All right, all right, all right. Guy all the way to your left with the red hoodie on, his name is Maul. And I'll get into who he is exactly a little bit later. However, some tweets, courtesy of Lipstick Alley, by the way, some of his old tweets have resurfaced, and not only are they very distasteful, but they're very anti-dark skin woman, right? So, I'm looking at his picture and I just cannot believe that dark skinned women will not have the chance to link up with this beauty queen. I mean, just look at him. I mean, this guy has the wide hips, inner thigh meat, thunder thighs. He has a whole fupa, titties, and all other types of flesh that could only be sponsored by genetically modified chicken that I'm sure he participates in eating every single day. And this is precisely why the estrogen has now taken over not only his brain, but his male extremities. This guy looks like he suffers from erectile dysfunction. I mean, could you imagine him fitting in between anybody's legs at this point? I mean, the absolute nerve of this guy to sit here and, vocalize how a particular group of women, dark-skinned women to be exact, is not his first choice. When the reality is, I could not imagine him being anybody's first choice. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to extract that insecure demon out of his soul, and we're going to purify him with what we call the Maul Exorcism. Stay tuned.
Oh, Chef!
Oh, yeah.
What happened to your chef?
There is powerful niggardry at work here.
I'm spitting crimson. Where my dogs at? Supernova, K1 and all that. DJ fam, can't forget bass stacks. We the best in the city. So face back the way I kill a beatbox makes white women say please stop. Cause I ain't with the sweet talk. I spit crack that he rocks me. It's all rappers don't get along.
Hey, it's your girl SavannahTaurus, and welcome back to the Girl Cave. All right, so let's just talk about his brother really quickly, because that's how I knew of him. So Maul is the brother of Kareem Biggs Burke. Now, Kareem Biggs Burke is the co-founder of Rockaware. So he has ties to people like Jay-Z, Dame Dash. And most recently, he is the executive producer of an HBO original movie called OG, which I actually just saw Saturday because that's when it premiered. So the brother is out here real heavy, right? He's also very well connected. So now that that's out of the way, let's move on. Now, as far as Maul is concerned, it looks like he is a co-host on the very popular Joe Budden podcast. Also, he's on another podcast where I believe he is a co-host as well, which is called Grassroots Podcast. So it looks like he's the podcast guy, right? He's definitely not making the major moves his brother is, but I guess you don't need to when, you probably get pussy by name dropping your brother and other people in your circle, because he just looks like that kind of guy. Let's just keep it real. Now let's discuss more of these disgusting tweets that have surfaced. I'm looking at one right now. It's of a wet dog. And he retweets salute to some guy pretty much saying, when you try to throw a black chick in the pool. Okay. Also, here he goes again. Dark-skinned women nipples look like leather buttons on a pea coat. Okay. That was in 2012. He goes, only people eating breakfast from Taco Bell are convicted felons and dark-skinned bitches. All right. That was in 2014. Dark-skinned women are women who still didn't go through evolution as of yet. So he has this dude who looks like a half-breed. Just from what I can see, he looks like a half-breed, but he's co-signing this type of rhetoric. And then also he goes, dark-skinned women should not be allowed to wear blonde hair. They look like half-eaten Snicker bars. Salute. That was not funny at all. I'm sorry. Nice try, though. A for effort. There was also another tweet that I'm not seeing here, so I guess he got to it and he deleted it. But he talks about how black women tie their kids' hair up so tight in a knot that it makes their eyes look chinky so they can say the kid is mixed. I mean, just a whole bunch of disgusting, ignorant tweets, right? Now, I've also seen tweets where he's talking about how he would never choose a dark-skinned woman over any other woman in like 2018, and how, you know, I guess Latina women will come to his house and offer to clean up, and I guess dark-skinned women don't. I mean, he has a blatant and natural hatred for dark-skinned women, and he's trying to now disguise it with it being some sort of satire or, you know, a sick joke, but it's really not a joke at all. Now, dark-skinned women are constantly getting shitted on. They're getting shitted on by other women, their own men, people of other races. Like, it's really not cool. It's not funny to me at all, okay? And then, you know, when they decide they want to date outside their race, all of a sudden they're bed wenches and all these other negative connotations that they put on these type of women. And to me, it's just really not fair. Now, again, you know, this guy talks about how all these other people are his first choice, but it kind of seems like he's a little bit obsessed with black women, or maybe he's obsessed with, you know, making friends or trying to impress other people or other races of people at the expense of the black woman. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you're going to use black women, you're going to use us to try to impress these other people. And to me, that's corny as fuck. You're supposed to be a grown-ass man. Now, I'm looking at your brother and he looked like a whole hustler, but you just seem like a lazy fuck. Like you're the fat little domestic house cat little brother who fucking sits at home and plays video games and eats cereal for dinner and has the nerve to fucking sit up here and tell people what you prefer and what you don't prefer. When the reality is, you would be lucky to get pussy from anybody, okay? I'm talking women in the homeless shelter, Walmart shoppers. You would be lucky to get anything. But you know, you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle that you didn't even build for yourself, okay? You're living, like I said, you're the name dropping dude in the club. Like, oh, I know so-and-so, or, you know, we could go kick it with so-and-so, or, hey, you know, I work for so-and-so, and that's how you get bitches. So with that said, the very fact that you think you deserve the highest grade of pussy in any dispensary, I don't care if it's white, black, Hispanic, or Asian, it's just a little comical to me because you're not that guy. Okay, you're just not. And to be quite honest with you, it seems like you're just way too chicken shit to get in any type of relationship. And it really doesn't matter what race the girl is. You got a lot of personal insecurity that you're masking with all of this fake bravado. And it makes me wonder what you're really hiding, because I'll be very honest with you. I'm getting a lot of homosexual teases from you. You're a Mr. C head ass nigga on the low. But this is all alleged, of course. But what we can do is we can go ahead and we can analyze the obvious, and that's your looks. You're not that good looking. Okay, in all your pictures, you have this weird like Zoolander type thing going on with your facial expressions. You're overweight. Your body just isn't shaped the best. I would bet my paycheck that you can't put it down in the bedroom. You just don't look like a stroke master to me. You look like you get winded very easily, and you would prefer a girl who could kind of do all of the work for you. And also, you absolutely strike me as the type of person who just isn't the healthiest either. Like, you don't work out on a regular, like your body odor just isn't that great, right? You're probably not the most pleasant person to sleep next to you at night. You look like you snore really, really loudly. And another thing is, I notice a lot of guys like you think money seems to solve all of your issues. As long as you got a little bit of money that you can throw away, you can have any girl you want. And the reality is, all you're going to attract is, you know, hood rats. And then when you come up short and you can't deliver, or you fall on hard times, what's going to happen is that hood rat is going to start, you know, dating your friend, or, you know, having sex with somebody else, and she's not going to be loyal to you. So if those are the type of girls that you like and that you think are attractive, then go for it. But you have been warned. And it seems like you're not very comfortable with your sexuality, and you're not very comfortable with who you are. So what you're doing is you're projecting onto a whole group of women who probably don't even concern themselves with you. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, a hit dog will always holler, and you're barking, bruh. And it looks like you've been doing so for years. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's all the projecting about? I just don't get it. You know, when guys like you have a disdain for black women, I think it would actually be more productive if you just leave and go get your non-black woman and, you know, spend a eternity in everlasting bliss with that woman. But it seems like some men like you can't stop talking about black women. It's like some weird obsession that you have. It's like, look at me, I'm coming at you. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if you got your feelings hurt as a child or what the case may be, but you know, you could be like Sidney Poitier or, you know, Michael B. Jordan. They really don't have anything to prove. They just kind of run off and do their own thing. But in your particular case, it's like you're screaming for attention. You want us to notice that you're not into us and that you're into somebody else. And ooh, doesn't that make you so jealous? It's like, really? In closing, I must say I absolutely refuse to take a man like this serious. Nothing he says or should say should irritate you, but like a lot of other, like a lot of dark-skinned women out here, I understand what the true meaning of this is. And it's not even that it's coming from him, but it's that image, right? It's that evil that he's spewing out into other people, and those are the seeds that they plant into other men and even young boys. You know, we got young boys out here talking about they don't want to date any black girls, they want like a Kylie Jenner type, and that's the part that just is so sad to me. It's like we're gonna have a whole younger generation of black kids who don't want anything to do with each other because the media is sitting here pushing, you know, a interracial dating agenda. I mean, let's just be real about it. It's the whole thing just breaks my heart. So it's not that I'm necessarily disappointed in Maul. I really don't give a fuck about Maul. I'm disappointed that his message, his bullshit, his insecurities was able to reach so many other people and influence them. And hopefully people will wake up out of that one day and understand that, you know, beauty comes in all shades. It's not right to stereotype a whole group of women and perceive them as being like the misfits of the black race. Like, you really, really, really just need to let the hurt go and take accountability for your actions. Don't chalk this up to, oh, this is a very PC type of environment that we're living in. No, your words are they were very mean-spirited and they were very hurtful. And the very fact that you won't even take accountability for that shows me and a lot of people like me that you're still very immature, and you're still very much a boy, and you have not grown up. And at this point, I don't think black women really care who you date, because I don't think anyone would be lucky to have this version of you at this time or at any time. You really need to level up. And that's all I got to say. All right, so there it is. I want you to be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Help the channel grow, and hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Either way, I want to hear about it. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.